Welcome to another Sir James T Tech video. Today I'll be doing a review for the In-Win Dragon Slayer MicroATX mini tower case. Okay, the first thing you notice is that LED is absolutely blinding. What you're going to need to do, in my opinion, is, especially if you're in a dark room, take some black electrical tape and just wrap it right over it, okay? Because that is absolutely, it is like looking at the sun, literally. While we're on the front panel, you can see you've got the headphone jack, microphone jack, 2 USB 2.0, and the 1 USB 3.0. Here you see the top, it's got a 5¼ inch drive, and then here's an external 3.5 inch drive. And then inside is a 2.5 inch drive for a solid state drive. You see it in there? Now on the bottom, there are 2 3.5 inch hard drive bays. Now you see with the toolless design here, you've still got to put these runners on. So you still have to use tools. You got to screw those in. And then put them in from the back here. And then what you do is you twist this, okay? And it comes off. Get out of here, man. Put that right there. See? It's screwed in tight. In the front here is one 80mm fan. Top you got one 140mm fan. And then back here you have one 90mm fan. And then there's a 140mm fan right here as well as an intake fan. So really the airflow is good. However, I was unable to get an exact number on CFM and dBA. So I won't be able to quote that specifically in order to compare it to other mini tower cases. Now none of them have speed control, but this one is 3-pin, so you can plug it into the motherboard and at least you've got some sort of idea of the RPMs it's at. Of course, a fan controller would cure all of that as well. Now, I do very much admire the design of the knight in chainmail trying to kill the dragon. It's extremely innovative, and I love the style and design. So that's thumbs up for that aspect. Now, as I showed in the unboxing, you can see you can put 4 120mm fans onto this side panel, and as the rubber around the screws would indicate, they've got great anti-vibration properties. Now along the back side here, you can see the side panel is on without any bowing. It's not like my 800D. As far as the interior, you can see there is so much room in here. You will be able to fit 2 5970s in here. Although if you're buying 5970s, I honestly can't see why you'd want this small of a case. But hey, to each his own. The cable management holes are very well placed. See one there, up there, down there is perfect, and then one right there. Now there is a very large cutout in the back of the motherboard tray, so I'm very pleased with that aspect as well. You'd be surprised how many cases don't have something which is so simple and such a time saver. I also love the fact that the inside is black. I'm not one for going for the steel look. And while I'm on that, I might as well mention, I said in the unboxing this is aluminum. It's actually zinc coated steel. So there's a correction on my part. Now to what I really don't care for. Toolless design on the PCI slots. They pretty much just get in the way. I find myself, when I click them back in order to open them up, they get in the way of the screws trying to screw them in. So it's like, well, and then when you clip them down, they aren't fully secured in. Like, I've got a USB slot in there, and I've got it fully secured down, But you try to plug the USB in there, and the darn thing is coming loose, and it's like, geez, if you got it screwed in, then what the heck is the point of the toolless design? So I'm not impressed with that. Rather flimsy. I was correct about that dust filter under the power supply. You do have to take out the power supply in order to clean that filter. Now, what would have been a good idea is for InWin to implement some sort of way where if you've just got to have the dust filter inside the case, then have some sort of a slot back here where you can slide in the dust filter. You see what I'm saying? Because as it is now, you've got to unclip it. It doesn't slide, it clips, okay? So that's what my recommendation would be, is have it up on risers a little bit and then be able to slide the dust filter in if you've got to have it internal. Now I really do like this case, provided you don't look at that front LED too long. The style and design aspects are very nice. As a medieval fan, I personally like the knight killing the dragon and it's full mesh, and it's actually very functional because this is all air vented through here, whereas some cases it's just flat and you get hardly any intake at all. And even the side panel, how it's fully meshed, this is all intake here, baby. Now the ease of installation was rather simple. As somebody that's had some experience, obviously, with builds, this wasn't too much of a challenge for me. The toolless design is hit and miss. On the drive bays, I really appreciate it. It's a really nice system, and I think it should be used by pretty much every major case company from now on. However, on the PCI slots, I found it really swung and missed. Added to that there's only support for 3.5-inch hard drives and one 2.5-inch solid state drive. I know you can pretty much mount a solid state drive anywhere, but you see what I'm saying about drive compatibility? That's really not enough if you're a true enthusiast. The room on the inside is plentiful. You should be able to fit at least one 5970 in there, which is currently the longest video card on the market. The interior is black and has plenty of cable management holes. Now again, I wasn't able to get a hold of the specifics for the DBA and the CFM for the fans. However, there seems to be a decent amount of airflow. But again, I'm not crazy about the yellow coloring for the fans. Again, we're not building a clown's case here. They should just be black, and if you have to do LEDs, make them blue or red, or in some cases green. No yellow should be anywhere in any case. Now for that dust filter underneath the power supply, that again is a missed opportunity. I really wish InWin, if they have to have an internal dust filter, would have created some sort of slot in the back where you can just slide it in and out. Instead, it is honestly a pain, and an extra pain that you shouldn't have to go through to remove the power supply in order to clean the dust filter. So to summarize, the InWin Dragon Slayer does very well for the criteria I've detailed. The support of USB 3.0 does bump up its grade a little bit, and therefore my final verdict is a recommended B+. Till next video, ladies and gentlemen.